don't come to Canada. This is the new trend which you would be hearing all over. If you look at the timeline between 2015 to 2023, the maximum number of immigrants to come to Canada, no surprise, were from India. And this trend has been showing some reverse. A lot of people who have taken their citizenship in Canada are now deciding to go back. Let's find out what the reasons are. Especially the last three reasons, it's not much talked about, and you'll get to know what they are. Expectation versus reality. Now, many Indians, they are highly skilled, and those who come on express entry, the expectation is that because the skill is in demand, that's why, they have been invited even without a job. Once they come here, they will get their job in no time. They check, of course, a good one, and they will be able to take care of basics like getting into the housing market. Now, the reality after they land here is completely different. Getting a job is an uphill task, and the uncertainty of job market, especially job losses, paycheck getting cut, and not having a stable job is something which they are not used to in India, and that is one big impact and the reality check they have once they come here to Canada. Now, coming to the job scenario, most of them who land here, they have to go through a struggle. Of course, there are lucky few who get job in their own field, but for majority of them, they end up doing something else than their own job. And this is, underutilization of such a talent. And it is no surprise if you see IIT, IIM, their reputed institute, right? Those people, they come here and working in warehouse is a common thing which you will hear. So the talent is getting wasted. There are examples like an IT director. He went on to become a housing agent. So you see what kind of skill set they got back in India, having worked with multinational companies, managing international clients, and they have to come here and they have to struggle to find a job. So the job uncertainty, and even if you have a job, losing that fairly quickly is something which is common here. Your international credentials become zero. You come across this term Canadian experience, which is having local Canadian work experience. Now, for someone who has dealt with the international client, he has to start from zero here, which is a surprise for them. And many end up going to colleges to get their degree and certification just to put that on resume. Financial struggle is real again in Canada. Just to stay afloat, that is, even if you don't have a job, you will spend money from your pocket. If I have to talk about Indian currency, at least 1.5 lakh just for your house, bare minimum house. Then there are expenses like telephone, internet, food, transportation. If you have a car, add that, their insurance, house insurance, and so on. So whether you have a work or not, you have to end up spending more than 2.5 lakhs at least. If you don't have a job, so you're covered by EI, which does not pay you much. Still, something goes out of your pocket. So this is a huge crisis which individual wants to come out, especially housing market peak post-COVID, and a lot of people entered housing market at the peak because the mortgage rates were still low. So just to give you an example, those who got mortgage at that time, if they were paying $3,000 per month, today they have to pay $6,000 because of the interest rate hike. Now, even if you lose jobs, you have to pay mortgage. So many are ending up in situation where they have to take more mortgage from the lenders, and there's no way they can pay back. So they have to sell their house to come out of this debt trap. See, emotional struggle is real. Most of the Indians, you have their parents in India, and they don't want to come to Canada because of cold, and also they mention whatever they didn't care. If they have to come on as a visitor, they have to pay huge amount on the insurance. Also, if you have to go to India for a family of 4, it's approximately $8,000 on just ticket, which is like 2 months salary for many of the individual post-tax. So going to India is a struggle, being with family, friends, uh, and missing out on good things. These things take a toll on their mental health. Healthcare in Canada, if you're not in emergency, you end up waiting long hours, and you would hear the horror stories. It's all available online. You can check. And those things, people understand after coming here. So even for a small thing like getting tooth extraction done, they find that ease back in India. It's easier to take a flight to India and get things done, meet with family and come back. So I'm just giving an example. Healthcare, if you have a good coverage in India, it's all taken care. So all those analysis happens after you come to Canada. There's a perceived lack of inclusion. There are fringe elements. You would have seen the buzz where there is anti-India sentiment. These are impacting people who are in Canada. Whether you say it or not, these are impacting emotionally. And people have been thinking, is this the right place to be in the long term? For parents, they are concerned about their children, especially the drug abuse rise which has happened in Canada. Every day, 20% die because of the drug overdose. These are not easily available in India. If you go to British Columbia, legally drugs are made available, not sure by when other provinces will follow. Weeds are available legally everywhere. So these are something, which is a great concern for parents who feel India is much better at the moment. Gender education to smaller kid again is a concern to parents who comes from very conservative background and they only identify two gender. They're still evolving, and for them, what they're saying is that let the kids be introduced when they are mature enough to understand what is right and wrong, not at the age when they don't understand these. And this is a cause of concern for many parents who think that things are going to go out of hand if action is not taken from them now. The last one is growing old in Canada. Now Canada has all the infrastructure to take care of for the elderly people, but Indians, right, they want to be in close-knit family and friend circle. They still are thinking if retirement home when they grow old is a better place, or be in India where they could be close to their friends and family. So this is again something which has been cause of concern for many of the Indians. One last point, and the most important point I forgot to tell, is that in Canada, at least I don't see any growth and innovation happening. If you have heard, let me know. But whereas in India, you see there's a lot of push for innovation, entrepreneurship, and the way India is challenging the world, being the next growth story. There's also making people realize that it's better to go back and contribute there. So there's no one reason. All the reason which I have gathered through conversations online, offline, I've just put forward in front of you. If you think I have missed out anything, please do let me know in the comment. If you think I have identified something wrong, do correct me. But do comment and let me know and share your feedback. Thank you.